Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you? Hope everybody's having a great morning or a great day, whatever it is you might be doing. So I'm just sitting here drinking my hot cup of Earl Grey tea. Good stuff. I love Earl Grey tea. It's one of my most favorite teas. Sitting here relaxing for a minute because there's a lot of stuff to go over. I was up till I think 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I was just up and talking to some friends on Discord, and at the same time, I was putting together the new intro that you guys just saw because, I like doing things like that. I like doing creative stuff. And while I was talking on Discord with friends and making the intro, that's when Foodie started popping off in her community post. And why was she going off? Well, because Natter did a live exposing more old voicemails. And one of the voicemails that he exposed to everybody was her talking about, I guess, the incident with the police, and her saying in a voicemail that she already had the story. So, of course, that made Foodie very angry, allegedly. That led to a whole bunch of raging community posts, and now she's posted 2 videos. In one video, which she posted on the couples channel, a supposed wedding video, which everybody has been picking apart and dissecting her lies. And the other one was one called In a Mood. Of course, she's in a mood. She's always in a mood. It's so ironic. Foodie tells everybody else to stay mad, but yet the only person who stays consistently mad is Foodie herself. So there's a lot to go over this morning. A lot. So if you're someone and you're watching my react, feel free to stop a minute, get yourself a nice beverage, perhaps a cup of tea, maybe some coffee or some hot chocolate, because we are still in that weather where those things are appropriate. You want a nice warm beverage. Maybe get a snack and kick back because we're going to be here a minute. So with that said, let me go ahead and just share my screen so you guys can see and hear everything. All right, just give me a moment, please. Okay, so there is Twitter. There's my Twitter. All right, let me just go back up to the top. Let's go all the way back. Stuff that I've been looking at this morning and I saved to share it here with all of you. Let's talk about Foodie and her supposed marriage for a minute. Now, everybody has been saying that her and Salah are not really married. That is just role play, right? It's just some sort of fantasy she's living out. And she keeps insisting the marriage is real. And she did say she had a wedding video, and we've all been waiting to see it. Here are some of the inconsistencies that people have noticed with her wedding video. So let's go over here. This is a picture that she posted on her community post of her and Salah. They're supposed to be married now, right in this picture. They got their wedding rings on. What you want to notice is her nail polish. She has gel nail polish on. But yet, what do you see here? No nail polish. None. See, Foodie, where you don't pay attention to detail, we do. And we noticed that, amongst other things, but that's one of the things we noticed. This is supposed to be when the two of you got married a while ago, and yet the math ain't mathin'. It's not mathin'. Your nail polish, okay? Your nail polish, or lack thereof. Ratface says, if Foodie Beauty really got married right after she arrived, where is her gel nail polish? Yeah, I would love to know. Why does she have an indent already on her finger? Why is he wearing that to his wedding? And look what he just wore to go shopping. Fake marriage. Yeah, if you took this photo Foodie. When the two of you just got married, you would not have an indent on your finger already, ma'am. That doesn't happen unless you've worn that ring a while. So you're a big old liar. Big old liar. You got caught in a lie, and here you are trying to walk it back and make it seem like you're telling the truth. And all it's doing is proving how much of a liar you are. You're making yourself look more stupid. Well, you didn't need much help with that. But you know what, guys? Let me just tell you something. When it comes to people in life that are foolish, you give them enough room, they'll continue to be more foolish. You don't have to poke at them. Just sit back and wait. Eventually, they will prove how foolish they are. And Foodie does that consistently. She proves consistently that she's a liar, she's a manipulator, and she's foolish. Straight up right foolish. This is from Perfectly Imperfect. She says, in the comments on her wedding video in her community post, she got caught lying and can't handle the backlash. Foodie Beauty, this is why nobody ever believes you. You are a known liar and manipulator. None of your stories make sense. None. And can I just say, Perfectly Imperfect, it's great to have you back. You were missed. I'm glad that you've come back to do reaction stuff again. And I'm sure that pisses Foodie off. And I love that for her. I love the fact that she doesn't like you. But I'm glad that you're back. Glad that you're back. So here is the courthouse marriage video. There's a still shot from it. And yet, of course, when people start calling Foodie out on her lies, that's when she turns the comments off, because she can't think of lies fast enough to discredit anything that anybody is saying. That's her way of escaping, like the truth coming back to hit her in the face. So, yeah, turning the comments off, you big old coward. Supposed to be a boss bitch, but you run from the truth. And this is from D. Angry Scott. Foodie Beauty is going to need to cut off her finger. You know what, guys? I've been married 2 times. And this is just from a former bride perspective. When you get married to your husband or your wife, you pick out rings that are comfortable. You do it for a reason, because that's a ring that you're going to put on your finger and never take off. You might take it off for rare occasions, like say medical procedures or whatnot, but generally that is a ring you never take off. So you don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose. You want the ring to fit well. But this ring looks painful. This looks like a ring you can't have on for more than 5 minutes, or else you're going to hurt yourself. So if you wanted to get married to Sala, Foodie, and it doesn't matter if you paid for the ring or he paid for the ring, why in the world would you pick out a ring to wear all the time like this? I mean, yes, I am bride shaming here. Don't care, because look who the bride is. Seriously though, logic. If you're married to somebody and this is the ring that you're going to wear for the rest of your life with your significant other, why would it be this way? It just, no, absolutely not. Okay, this is from Hidden Truths, saying, so which is it? Did they move to hide from having to pay Allah back? Did Salah really promise her a larger flat when they were married? It's not adding up. No, it isn't. It isn't. Hidden Truths also says, she stated that after Allah exposed them, they moved in and didn't tell anyone where they were moved to. But even before that, Chantal said that Salah moved them to a new place and she didn't know. This is when she came up with the I broke the couch story, but again, change the story. So there's Foodie over there moving the goalpost during the game. Rather than just leave it alone, she keeps moving the goalpost because she keeps getting caught in her BS. Just trying to cover up the BS. I would like to say something before I forget. So this is in regards to what Natter did yesterday, like exposing the voicemails. Here's my theory. And you guys are free to tell me what you think about my theory, or if you agree or disagree. I love hearing your opinions. Let's think back to the Cuba rages when Foodie was intoxicated. I feel that there are many moments in those Cuba rages where she was speaking truth. You know, some people, when they're really drunk, that's when they have a sober tongue. You know, a drunk mouth can sometimes have a sober tongue and tell the most truth. And during the Cuba rages, that's when the mask was off the most. And she did say to all of us, she said, I will manipulate the F out of you and then come back online and be sweet as pie and you will eat it up. She was not kidding when she said that. So this liar, this manipulator, this person, Foodie Beauty, who makes a lot of money being gross and vulgar and controversial, who makes a lot of money manipulating people. Theory, what if this whole thing was planned between her and Natter? I mean, Natter did recently do a live where he said in the beginning, Foodie offered him half of her paycheck just to keep the drama going. So she's in Kuwait. What if the two of them are working together and he's basically keeping the feud between them relevant because it helps his channel view wise, it helps her channel view wise. One of the biggest tells of their feud is that neither one of them are striking each other. Natter just played voicemails of Foodie's to the public. Foodie could easily file a privacy complaint. She's not. Natter has gone after 147 videos with the copyright strikes, which he did not succeed, but he tried it. He went after everybody but Foodie, and Foodie has gone after everybody but him. That's a big tell that they're working together. But what if Foodie and Natter had a conversation and she gave the approval for those voicemails to be released, for him to talk about it, just so he would get views on his channel? People are going to go to her channel to see what she's going to say. That would give her a reason to rage. And then all the follow-up after that of the wedding video, and then people pointing out the consistencies, and then everybody coming into her chat and sending her the hate super chats. I mean, what if she set all that up on purpose? What if she did? It's a possibility. You can't rule anything out with Foodie. You just can't. You just can't. I mean, her income depends on YouTube and how much people watch her and how much they spend on memberships and super chats. What if this whole thing is a setup? I mean, this is a soap opera. I'm following it anyway. But you can't take everything that goes on with Foodie for truth because she is such a liar. Okay, this is from Hidden Truths. Foodie Beauty. Chantal said that Sala was living in that small flat. I think that's a repost. Sorry. Queen of WTF says Natter keeps baiting her and she keeps taking the bait. He knows this is the only way to get views, and she keeps him relevant because she reacts every darn time. That's true. Oh, I want y'all to notice something. See this abaya? See the dark red lipstick? She was wearing that in the wedding video. She didn't get this abaya right away. She had to go on a shopping trip to get it. So this video that is surfaced obviously wasn't done a while ago. And Foodie, you are so hell-bent on trying to prove that, yes, we're really married. You don't understand what you've done. Can I remind you that you're in the Middle East and a woman and a man sleeping in the same bed or living in the same house when they're not married is haram, and it's literally against the law? It is. So you said in your community post that your marriage was not finalized for a while. So all that while, you've been with Sala. You've been breaking the law big time. Like I said, you give a fool enough room, they will continue to be foolish. They will expose themselves. Lisa, take it or leave it, says movie attire versus wedding attire. Yeah, he dressed up more for a movie than he did to get married to her. Hey, listen, if anybody out there, if you've gotten married and it was casual, no shade at all. Nothing wrong with a casual wedding, but it's just, he claims to love Foodie so much, and yet for his wedding day, he's not going to get dressed up. Something else that was noticed. When Foodie first arrived in Kuwait, it was warmer. So he was wearing short sleeves like he is here in this picture. The weather has turned a bit cooler. So this was obviously not taken a while ago. That's another inconsistency. Foodie, you know, like you're wearing an abaya, ma'am. You're wearing an abaya that you did not get right off the bat, and he's wearing clothing that was from a while ago. Okay? Like, you understand me? Yeah, okay. So, there's that. Math ain't mathin'. Milk Tea says, still on a tourist visa, still impossible on any timeline, but let's put a pin in that for a second. So you're saying your marriage was not finalized when you moved in together? No, that's exactly what she's saying. She said they had to go to the courthouse several times. So that means it wasn't finalized if it did happen. And while it was being finalized, you know, you were living in sin. Yeah, that's what you're saying, Foodie. That's what you're telling us. That's exactly what you're telling us. And that's against the law there. Okay, this is from Ham Hat. This is the video they did. Our courthouse wedding in Kuwait. By the way, again, before I forget, in this video, Salah sounds sick. And Foodie did say that that he was not feeling well. Perhaps he had the flu. So isn't it funny that she's wearing an abaya that she did not get right when she got there, wearing the same lipstick right here. Yup, look. This is the live I'm going to cover. Wearing the same abaya, dark red lipstick, boom. So this, whatever visit happened today. And he's ill. He wasn't ill when you got there, Foodie. This is something you guys did recently because you were trying to cover up your lies. Here's the abaya. When she went abaya shopping, when she got this abaya, and that was 2 weeks ago. This is her trying to cover up the lie. Oh, it was a long process. We had to go many times, which it sounds phony to me. You don't have to go many times to a courthouse. D. Angry Scott says, Foodie Beauty was wearing the exact same abaya and lipstick this morning as in her wedding video. Correct. The video was titled In a Mood. She was annoyed and ticked from the start of the video, excuse me, and did nothing but talk about her ex. That's some marriage you got there, Foodie. Yeah, that's so disrespectful. Even if you're not married, if you are a man or a woman, you've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a fiance, or if you're married and you're a husband or to a wife or a wife to a husband, if you love your significant other, you don't talk about the ex. You don't go on and on about the ex. It is highly disrespectful. If you're so in love with your man, Foodie, why would you even think about Natter? You and Natter weren't even in a serious relationship. You guys dated for a week. A week, girl. Really? A week? A week. And you still won't shut up about him. Disrespectful. Okay, a little palette cleanser from Rose. Look at this beautiful picture. Oh, it's breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. Thank you for posting that, Rose. Ham Hat says the abaya is from 2 weeks ago, which means for the past 2 months, they haven't been legally married, according to her. So you've been living together unwed. Got it. Yep, she sure has. Meandering Thought says, okay, people are right. The tour of the courthouse happened this morning. She came alive after wearing the same abaya that she bought a few weeks ago and the same lipstick. They are definitely not married. Nope, definitely not. And other people were pointing out that in the wedding video that it just seemed like there were different buildings, like the buildings didn't match. Let's see. Okay, this is Foodie. She posted this really ugly post talking about Just Saying and FFG. From what I understand, Just Saying covered the wedding video in a live. And as I've mentioned, Foodie just can't seem to stay in her own backyard. She's such a narcissist that she has to run around on YouTube at all hours looking to see what people are doing. And Just Saying, I guess, was covering the wedding video, and she took offense to that. You know, it doesn't matter, Foodie. If you make a video and you post it and 5 minutes later, all of the channels cover it. Who cares? They're reacting to it, which they're allowed to do. Fair use and transformative. It wasn't even alive that she was covering. It was your video. So why are you getting so mad? Relax. Learn to relax. You talk about, I just want positive energy on my channel. Well, you're not going to find that positive energy if you're purposely going to places where you know things are going to be said, they're going to make you angry. You're being counterproductive. But here's the post where she was going off on FFG and Just Saying, saying that Just Saying was stealing her content. How can you steal something if you own it and nobody's taking it away from you? Your wedding video is still on your channel. Nobody took it away from you. People are just free to either watch it on your channel or go to a reaction channel and watch it. They have a freedom of choice. So nobody's stealing anything, because what you're talking about, you own and no one's taken away from you. The whole stealing argument is invalid, completely invalid. And she's throwing all these comments about to FFG and to Just Saying, insulting her voice, blah, blah, blah. You got, look at this. Look how awful this is. Miss, I am so positive these days and I'm in a better place. Does that look like somebody who's in a better place? Does it? Even going after the avatar that Just Saying uses for her lives, the little dumpling. I actually like little dumpling. Little funny story. When I was back in Long Beach with Sparky, he fell in love with Little Dumpling. Get on, you'd see Little Dumpling on the screen and start meowing at her. He had a crush on Little Dumpling. Oh, it was funny. It was funny. But going after somebody for not just reacting to your video, but going after how they react to your video. You know, Chantal, you crack me up. D. Angry Scott says, Foodie Beauty, why are you talking about your abusive ex so much as a married woman? Yeah, why are you doing that? Isn't this all extremely disrespectful to your husband and incredibly haram? Yes, it is. Let's see. Oh, what is this down here? I got to scroll down further. Sorry. So let's see. This is one of the posts that she's gotten rid of, saying a simple Google search will show that most women in DV situations drop charges of their life for their, you know, you guys know that I get upset with her talking about DV and SA this way. She's not doing it in an educational way. She's doing it in a very exploitative way. And it's such a slap in the face to those of us that have really been through those situations. You guys know how I feel and why I feel that way. This one, who claims to be a victim, reacting to a video on her channel showing extreme DV behavior and victim shaming. This one who claims to be a victim, turning around and using the pain of a victim to get revenge on a situation with the victim that she doesn't like. Here she's doing it again, talking about Sam's Bar Lounge. Don't believe me it happened. I don't. If you want to laugh at me now for things that happened in February until April, go ahead. That's on you. This loser is still hurting me online, and all people can do is support it. You know what? I'm about to get spicy. I'm about to get real spicy because, you know what? Let me just take a sip of my tea. Excuse me. Foodie, Foodie, can we talk? Find a chair big enough to hold you and sit down on without breaking it. Come up and just pull up a chair and listen to me. If this man is hurting you in some way online, you could easily stop it, and you're not. You could throw a strike. You could probably cancel his whole channel. The fact that you haven't says a lot. The fact that he's not throwing strikes at you says a lot. Both of you are fake and phony. The drama between you is fake and phony. It's made up. It's for views. And I'm just going to say it. I don't think you've been through SA. I don't think you've been through DV. I think you came up with that angle to make money. And you made a lot of money last year. And you're trying this shit again. Bringing it up. And you have no respect for those who have been through those things, that you talking about it on your channel might trigger people who are trying their best to be in recovery, to forget about those things and just put them in the back of their minds and move on. If you'd truly been through those things, you would have more respect for those who have been through it and not want to trigger people. But you keep doing it because all you're thinking about is the almighty dollar, and you're disgusting. This email below shows the reason dropped the charges or wanted to, blah, 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 blah. So, Foodie, again, you played a voicemail of you. Where's the privacy complaint? There is none. You haven't made a move. You keep saying, I'll handle it when I get back to Canada. No, you won't. No, you won't. And you don't have to. You can go to YouTube right now and throw a strike. You can file a privacy complaint. You're not doing it. And I know for a fact you're not going to the cops. You want to know why? Because you know you're a bad liar. And if you get in front of actual police, people that are trained to look for lies and things that don't add up, people that are trained for people like you that want to lie their ways out of situations, you know you won't last 5 minutes. And I'm sure that scares you. Being in front of somebody that you can't manipulate, that'll see right through you. You are not going to the cops. You will just not. Sorry, I just got mad for a minute. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, let's keep going. Truth is, says Foodie Beauty, Chantal, W2F is this dribble. You've lived with Salah for months illegally. And did Norm sign papers giving his blessing for the marriage? Or did you lie about not knowing how to contact him, getting Uncle Steve or stepdad to sign you away instead? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, this is again from Perfectly Imperfect. Another clue, the totally real marriage photo was taken recently. Salah's clothing. It's cooler there now, but when Foodie Beauty first arrived, the weather was hotter, and Salah always wore short sleeves in the early videos. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So this is from one of the earlier videos. As you can see, he's wearing a short sleeved shirt because the weather was warmer, right? What's he wearing now? He's dressed for cooler weather. So the wedding video, That was something you guys put together because you're desperate to be married to him. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, the building they went to in Kuwait Palace of Justice. I'm thinking this marriage video isn't real. This is a court date for Allah. She said she couldn't talk about it and they had a case with him. I think they used the lie of our wedding video as a deflection. Absolutely. Something that somebody brought up, and I'm like, yes, you nailed it. Y'all remember back when Foodie was trying to act like she brought men home and she literally staged condoms in her bedroom? Same vibes. She was so desperate for people to think that she was sleeping with men that she actually just threw condoms around her room and like, oh, that's there. I didn't know that was there. Staged condom in the bedroom vibes. Same vibes. Same vibes. Let's see. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, why does the courtroom look different from the picture she showed in the middle of the video? And she filmed yet again a government building inside the courtroom, filming other women in the elevator. This is illegal for her to do, film courthouses. Yes, it is. So there you go, Foodie. You're breaking more laws. You just can't help yourself, can you? Let's see. This, you can always tell how mad Foodie is by how long her community post is, and she was allegedly mad. I say allegedly because again, I got the feeling all of this was illustrated by Foodie. So I honestly don't think her rage for Natter is real. I think it's just the two of them working together to keep the drama going so they can both make a little bit of money to kick things off before she comes home. Like they're setting up the next arc. Perfectly Imperfect says, and he's sick here. This totally was taken a day. So why act like this is the day you got married back in November? Yeah. So Foodie has said that Salah has the flu, and he's sick in this video. So you guys did this yesterday or today, Foodie. You over there lying. And this is from the video I'm going to review today. Foodie Beauty cries on the spot.
Like a really good and bad. I don't know. I can't even talk. Like I'm just so like messed up right now. I just can't even talk. How's my depression? Good and bad. Like lo-fi. Like I really just like sometimes just lose it. You know. Sometimes I just have like a really hard time keeping it together. You know.
You know what, Chantal? You fake cry so much, and I don't believe you. Save your tears for BBJ, because I'm sure you're going to want to have them. If God forbid something happens to her, you're going to want those tears when you turn on your camera and you want sympathy from everybody and you expect super chats. You want to profit off her death. Save your tears for BBJ. So there's her going off on just saying. Now this I took issue with. Okay, let's listen.
I always found his dancing a huge turnoff, but I never said anything, obviously. But I always found it very effeminate and weird. And listen, I know people are gonna go, "Oh, she's gay shaming or whatever." No, I'm not gender shaming.
So she's trying to imply that Natter is gay. If he is, I got no problem with it. Your sexuality is your sexuality. It's got nothing to do with me. I accept all people. I don't care what your sexual identity is, what your gender is. I love all y'all. Be yourselves. But this one, the nerve, the gall, the audacity of this one. For over a year, she kept talking about how Natter was a real man, right? Oh, he's so dominant. He's so controlling. So a year ago, he was man enough for her then. right? And didn't they do a video together where they were dancing together? She had no problem dancing with him in that video. They did the video at her villa. So yeah, Natter's a bit of a belly dancer. So what? I have seen amazing male belly dancers. Amazing. And yes, men can do belly dancing as much as women can. And I've seen some amazing male belly dancers. They just blew me away. But now she's saying he's that because of his belly dancing and his dancing that makes him more feminine. You had absolutely no problem with him in the time the two of you were doing your drama arc, Foodie. This one that you're trying to throw shade at, this was the one that you were desperate, absolutely desperate to get married to. You were desperate for him to claim you. You were losing your mind because you couldn't spend time with him at the trap house. You were angry because Dee Dee was there and would not leave. You were so angry. That's what caused you to go to the police station. You didn't do it because he hurt you and you wanted justice. You were doing it out of wrath. This was the one that you were doing apartment hunting with. So he was the man for you then, but you're not doing it now. Like now you're going to say he's more feminine, even if he is. So what?
But me personally, I like my men to be very masculine. Like I don't like effeminate men. So I know that sounds really like, but that's just like a personal choice. You know what I mean? And you don't want the one you're with, if you're straight, to have poppers in their drawer and to belly dance and act effeminate. It's just weird.
But yet you Foodie, I will never forget the live stream that he did. You hopped your big butt in chat and in big capital letters you typed, I've got the dress, I've got the ring, claim me. You wanted him to claim you. And weren't you calling this man Dom, even though he's not a true Dom? You were calling him Dom, saying, "Oh, he's just so masculine, he's so controlling," and you know, like you were all about that life, talking about him that way. Yeah, you were. You were so desperate to be with him, you went out and bought your own ring. You bought your own ring, and then you posted pictures, acting like you were engaged, when it was just you buying a ring because you wanted him to claim you. So I don't want to hear any nonsense out of your mouth about, oh, he's so effeminate. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. There's nothing wrong with more feminine men anyway. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. You're just being a rude ass. So that's from the live I'm going to cover. Oh, this is precious. Look at this. Look, y'all. Look. Palette cleanser. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. He's eating the snow. That's so cute. Okay, so let's get on to the meat and potatoes of this. So this is a clip, courtesy of Shenanigans, that he's playing a foodie. This is what caused all the hoo-ha on her community post, and this is what prompted the live, which is why I think this is all kind of a setup. But I'm open to your feelings and opinions about this, so let's listen.
Your eyes are.
Oh yes, the famous behind the scenes. Yes.
Yes.
That was her favorite.
Everything behind the scene. Guys behind the scene. Behind the
Before we get into it, can I just say this to y'all? So I saw this through other things, and he released a little bit, and then he said, "Oh, there's more, but I'll tell you guys more tomorrow." So you can't tell me that doesn't sound very sus. Like, why not just drop all the tea into one live? Why are you like splicing it out? Not that any of your tea is fresh, Natter. What you got is basically old tea. It's stale. It's months old, but yet you're still trying to profit off of it. Why not just drop everything? Just drop all the bombs in one shot. No, you're over there saying, "Oh, I gave you a little bit, If you want more, you got to tune in tomorrow. So, yeah, looking sus over there.
The scene, he was behind the scene even. Behind the scene against you. Behind the scene, all catch your lies. Behind the scene, you're the abuser. You're the liar.
Shut up and play the voicemail.
To the cops too, huh? Because she's not ready to cry. Imagine this. You're fucking evil. People see you now.
See, that's how you know it's kind of phony. Because if Natter really hated Chantal, he could drop everything he knows about her. Boom, just drop it. But he's not. He's not. He's basically just feeding us scraps of information. Same thing with Foodie. She's feeding us scraps. If somebody has wronged you, the way that Chantal claims Natter has wronged her, she would drop everything. Just say, I'm done with this fool. Let me just go full throttle. Let me just go nuclear. Same with him. He's not going nuclear. They both hold back for a reason. And the reason is money.
Hi, Trash Candy. Trash Candy.
Simu, come attack me in the thing. Believe your queen. Your queen doesn't give a shit about you. You was believing her when she say I'm abusing. She was not ready to cry for you to believe her. Imagine somebody else. Who? You're not ready to cry. Imagine this fucking word. I'm not ready to cry today.
Yeah, I'm not ready to cry today. Today's not the day when I don't feel like.
Where's the
I don't feel
voicemail?
my act. No.
Is it in here?
She knows how.
Yeah,
We said this before we even heard this stuff. That she plays her YouTube, she plays her VIBs, like, you know, whatever she wants. She said it in a Cuba rage. You know that I'm gonna fucking come back to work and manipulate the shit out of you, and you guys are all gonna eat it up. So
Yep, she said that.
you guys are. I'm sorry, you VIBs, and I know I was one of them, but you know, I was until for a few months, and then.
But she was with them.
You know, Dee Dee, you single white female individual, you involved yourself in an extreme way. Yes, you were a VIB. You started out as a VIB. And then you made a point to reach out to Natter. You did. You involved yourself. You wanted to be part of this story. But we all saw you coming a while ago. You've exposed yourself. You are not the innocent angel you try to portray yourself out to be. You're in cahoots with the both of them. You're an accomplice. We know that. We know that. But you know what? It all goes back to Chantal, doesn't it? Because if she had kept her dealings with Natter offline, if she had not created a channel for him, if she didn't do that, there would be no Dee Dee in the picture because Dee Dee would not know about Natter. But because Chantal put Natter on YouTube because she did videos, she edited the videos, she made the thumbnails, she wanted him to stream on that channel just so she would have another channel to stream off of, you know, like her trying to create different streams of revenue. Dee Dee found out about Natter and reached out to him. So it's your fault, Foodie. Whatever suffering, whatever aggravation of Dee Dee being with Natter, you brought that on because you just can't keep certain things off the internet.
Because she know me. She know this
Yeah.
person liar. Because when she show my face,
You know what? All three of you were liars. There, I said it. All three of you are liars. You're all three scummy. You're all three scammers and manipulator. Dee Dee, don't think I have forgotten about what you did on the April 1st. You, ma'am, getting online, doing a live stream, telling people that Natter had been arrested. I knew by the way you were talking, you were lying. And some of the things you were saying, the math wasn't mathing. You got online and got everybody on that side upset. And then later on, Natter came on and said, oh, it was just a joke. It was a prank. At that point, your mask came off and everybody saw who you really were. You are an accomplice to Natter the way that Pete is an accomplice to Foodie. And you and Pete will do whatever it is Natter and Chantal tells you to do because you're just here to benefit from whatever goes on. You get financial benefit. And as long as you guys are getting financial benefit, nobody can trust neither you or Pete.
I stayed.
That I know the person.
I stayed at VIP until just recently. Because I wanted to hear and see everything.
She told me what she was talking about you. I hear her talking about you. I see this person piece of shit.
Shut up, Natter. I got so little patience for that man. Okay, this is another post that Foodie did. This was during her community post rage. This is her going off on Natter. Imagine being married, newly married, and you're spending more time focusing on your ex than your new husband. Shameful. Shameful. It's disrespectful to your man. Oh, this is funny. This is funny. This is from Butin Vegan. Look at the kitty. Oh, whoops, sorry. I didn't know there was any music. Look, he's like, wait, what happened? Help? He's like, I was having fun running around and doing the zoomies, and I guess it's all over now. That poor cat's confused. It's so confused. Okay, more funny animals is from Peer Pets. Watch the dogs. They're like, we're going to get it. Dogs think they're doing something. That pool cleaner's like, hey, man, whatever. I got a job to do. I can't be here all day. And this is Foodie saying, yeah, I'm gonna go to Canada and fix this. You don't have to wait that long. Oh, look at the babies. Don't show your cats. Who wants catnip? I do. Okay, so this is supposed to be the handwritten note that Chantal is claiming somebody left on the door, and she's trying to imply that Frenchie did it, which I don't think she did at all. I think that's just nonsense. Maybe Pete wrote that note. We don't know. But she's trying to accuse Frenchie of something she did not do. And that's very serious, Chantal. You really need to watch what you say. Shenanigans says, Dee Dee reading a text out loud from Chantal talking about posting up vids with Natter on OnlyFans. Let's listen.
Woof, woof, one. You want me to read it out loud?
Yeah, not to read it clearly.
Can I post the BJ video you have to OnlyFans or the woof woof one? LOL.
The woof woof one? What? I don't even, you know what? I don't want to know. Let's keep going.
I tried to say it in a way that everybody knows. You want to read the rest?
I think I know what she means when she says woof woof. That kind of points in the direction of a certain intimate position. I got to be careful. This is YouTube. But let's just say it's a yoga position where your knees and your hands are on a flat surface. And let's just keep it at that.
That's the read that. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And how are you going to be mad at me for sleeping with Rennie when you sleep with Dee Dee in the same bed? If you were serious about us, you would sleep on the couch, but I know you effed her for her birthday with her friends. Anyways, I don't care anymore. I'm not.
So don't talk.
That's so funny. She says, I don't care anymore, but yet she keeps talking about Natter. So apparently, if you don't care about something, you don't think about something, you don't give energy to something. The more you focus on it, the more it shows you do care. Point blank, period. You can't say I don't care and then focus on something or somebody. Let's see. So you know what? Let's cut it off there. There's Perfectly Imperfect. Well, again, welcome back, Perfectly Imperfect. We missed you. We missed you. All right, so let's go on to the actual live stream. I know it took a while to get there, but I wanted to cover all that stuff. So let's get started with this React video. And again, notice the abaya and the lipstick, same abaya for the courthouse video. So you lied, Foodie, you lied. And you know what? It really wouldn't surprise me if Foodie is trying to quickly marry Salah to lock him down before she leaves, because she's got to leave in about, I would say, she says she's leaving on the 29th. I have a feeling that she's going to leave sooner than that, just so she can get home and party for a few days before anybody uh, thinks she's home. I mean, she did leave out of Montreal, which means she's coming back through Montreal. And who do we know that lives in Montreal? Natter. If you're taking a flight and you don't have your car parked at the airport, why would you choose an airport that's far away from your home? Because getting home would be rather expensive unless you have a relative or a friend to pick you up, which I don't think she has. But why would you purposely pick an airport in the same city as your ex unless you intend to visit your ex and get those party favors on your way home? I'm just saying. So with that said, let's do this.
Hey, Angela. You're awake? There's some people awake. I don't even know. I think it's like probably like 4 in the morning, isn't it? Hey, Pete Slate, Era Vance Beezer. Monica, hi. Lo-Fi, it's so nice to see you guys. I'm a headache. Oh my god. I just got in. Salah had to do some business, and
Yeah, was the business the two of you going to the courthouse and taking those phony photos? Was that it? Because you're wearing the same outfit. See, you suck at lying. You don't even have the intelligence to change your outfit and take off your lipstick before you do this live stream. You know, honestly, these days, I think she does things because she wants to get caught. She wants to get people angry. She wants those hate super chats. She wants them. So she purposely does things knowing that we're going to notice over here and point them out. And that's going to make people angry and send super chats saying you're a liar and here's why. She sets that up.
but first I have some breakfast, please. So I'll eat breakfast with you guys if you don't mind. I have a headache. It's 1:30 California time. Hi, baby. I promised I wouldn't rage, so I'm gonna try not to rage, okay? Because I don't need to lose my channel over people. How YouTube allows someone to bully me every single day and say worse things, but me, I don't get it, but whatever. So all that to say, it's not worth losing my channel over this crap. So I'm trying really, really, really hard not to address things.
So what was the point of this live then? Because the title of this live is called In a Mood. That doesn't sound good. Foodie, you're not stupid. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that might debate that because you give the appearance that you're stupid. Let me point this out. You don't have to be super intelligent to be a scammer or a grifter. You just got to know how to do it. And you've been a scammer and a grifter and a liar and manipulator ever since you were young. YouTube was just the platform that you found that you could take all of that and make it profitable. You don't have to have a really high IQ to know how to be a master liar and manipulator. I mean, you know how to do that. You may lack certain kinds of intelligence and other things, but you may have it too much in other places. And you are just stupid smart in all the wrong ways. You've got some really toxic skill sets that you put to work on people on YouTube. You know how to take your emotions and you manipulate people with your supposed emotions. You know, you'll go 1 minute you'll be fake crying, the next minute you're laughing, and people buy this shit. I don't buy it. I think you're a manipulating piece of crud. And by the way, guys, in this live stream, she does the fake crying too.
I'm having my favorite falafel sandwiches. I'm working on a small wedding video, like, for you guys. Just talk to us like you used to. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Hi, Mimi. 4:30 Barhaven. I miss Ottawa a little bit. I know it bothers you, just don't address it and don't talk about it.
And yet that's all she does is talk about it.
I'm just like, I'm not worth it to lose your channel, babe. They are under our shoes, especially Netter, the filthy animal. Yeah. I know, baby, you're right.
You know, those of us that are on the reaction side, we're just waiting. We are waiting for her to get back to Canada because we know what's going to happen. Oh, we know. She's not going to go on a full-on rage while she's in Kuwait. But we know what's going to happen the moment she gets off that plane and she smells the air of freedom all around her. And she doesn't have Sala to pull her back. And she can get on YouTube in Canada and smoke her green and do her edibles and drink. I'm sure she misses certain freedoms. And she's been cooped up in that room for months. What do you think is going to happen? She's been dying to get back to her old pasture and run around. Yes, she does. You know, 3 months without a car, 3 months where she can't go anywhere, do anything. What do you think's going to happen? We're waiting, Foodie. We know it's not going to take much time for you to go off because you got a whole lot of rage inside of you that you've been dying to let go. We're just waiting. We're biding our time. We know the payoff is going to be massive. Massive. It's going to be a busy time. It's going to be an exhausting time, but the payoff for our patients is going to be massive.
I've been through so much with that loser.
Shut up. You haven't been through anything. And what you've been through, you put yourself through.
For some reason, people don't believe that.
I know.
So he's releasing P&V voice notes from April during the time when I wanted nothing more to reconcile with him because I'm an idiot. I was trying to protect him and lie for him.
Let me bring something up real quick. Foodie did a video where she said to the world, she said to Natter outright, she said, I am addicted to this man. That's important to remember. I am addicted to this man. And what happens when you have an addiction that you don't get therapy for, that you don't go into rehab for, that you don't go into counseling for? The addiction continues. She's still addicted to Natter. Obviously, because she's with this other dude who's supposed to be her husband, and she just won't stop talking about him. She's still in with Natter. Natter's still in with her. If you are really changing, Foodie, you wouldn't talk about Natter. You wouldn't even think about him. You got this decent looking dude next to you. Why isn't all of your attention on him? They say the best revenge is doing well. That if you want to get revenge on your enemies, the best revenge is doing well. Do well for yourself. Take care of yourself. You're all about being defiant. That would be a positive way of being defiant, taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, losing weight, doing well, evolving yourself. That's kind of a positive way to get revenge, by putting all of your focus on yourself and improving yourself. And if the other person you don't like, if they happen to see you or hear about you, they might have that moment where they say, I lost a good thing, but you're not improving yourself. You're still the same person. So remember, y'all, she did say, I am addicted to this man. And none of her addictions have been addressed or taken care of. So there's that.
And I did all that and put myself out there and did so much for this person. And now they just crap, like they just continue to abuse me and crap on me online.
And you don't stop it. You always talk about being an Aries, how wrathful and vengeful an Aries is. I don't think anybody out there, if you're an Aries person, that those of you that are Aries would claim this one. You don't want nothing to do with this one. You say you're wrathful and vengeful. Why aren't you taking action? Shit or get off the pot, Foodie. You hear me? You're wrathful, you're vengeful. Prove it. Take action. Stop speaking all these words. We're tired. We're tired of it.
Show revenge P, like just the worst things, and it just gives me a headache, and it's just so soul destroying that this person still even just like is out there. Yeah, baby. Inshallah. You are in such a better space. I'm trying.
No, you're not. Those community posts did not look like trying to me.
And I feel like I don't know how to explain to people how hard it is, like when you're trying so hard and people just continually try to drag you down into the abyss again.
You know, watching Foodie, sometimes I just feel like taking my head and slapping it on the desk repeatedly. Like this one is so frustrating. Foodie, what is to say about you? You're like, oh, they come after me, they bully me, and all of this headache and all this aggravation. When the answer is so simple, don't pay attention to things and people and places that would cause the aggravation. You cause your own aggravation. You claim to be an Aries. Hi, I'm a Capricorn. You know, Capricorn people, we're very grounded. We're very reasonable. We're very earthbound. Capricorn over here, we're very logical. I'm looking at you, and because I'm a hardcore Capricorn, I'm looking at you saying, you make no sense to me. You make no sense to me. Because you cause your own pain. You inflict your own pain in so many ways. Makes no sense. No sense. And you talking about, I'm an Aries, wrathful, vengeful, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something about Capricorn people. Just so you know. We're the type that once we turn our back on you, that's it. There's no second chance. There's no, let's give it another try. You wronged me. Oh no, Capricorns don't do that. If we let you in, it's a special thing. It's a privilege because we don't trust easy. But if we let you in and you screw up, we'll just turn our back on you. We don't believe in that second chance bullshit. We don't. You get one shot. That's it. That's all you get. You screw it up, you're done. But you, Miss I'm an Aries and wrathful, stupid, causing your own pain. So maybe instead of toting about how much you're an Aries, be more like a Capricorn.
And it's my fault to let myself get like that, to let it happen. I have to control myself.
But you're not. You make money by being out of control, hence why you don't want to control yourself. Everybody in my audience, Imagine for a moment if Foodie Beauty were not the train wreck. I know that's impossible to imagine, but let's just try to imagine that scenario. Let's just say Foodie Beauty was not gross. She wasn't vulgar. She wasn't offensive. You took that part out of the equation. Imagine for a moment if Foodie Beauty wasn't super morbidly obese and monetizing her problem with food and doing drugs on camera and being offensive. Take the drama, take the spectacle aspect out of the picture. What would be left? What could Foodie Beauty show us and do on camera that people would actually watch? Answer: nothing, because she's not shown us anything beyond that. This is all she is. This is all she has. She's a one-trick pony, and the trick is played out because she never bothered to show us anything that might be positive, nor is she interested. That's why she keeps on with the drama. That's why she keeps on with the self-harm content. And yes, that's what she's doing, because monetizing your eating problem, you're hurting yourself on camera and you're expecting people to watch and to fund your addiction. This is all she's got. So she's got to play the cards in her hand, the very few that she has. Got to keep it up. This is her sole source of income. There are no other sources. So let's just stay on stage and act out the same play over and over and over again with the same people. And sometimes you might see a fresh face, but same people.
Don't stoop to his level. Was there another form of abuse? Yeah, Monica, I know. Like, by the way, these are the pickles that I love. Thanks, babe, for getting me all the extra pickles. He's so sweet. Like, I don't know.
Nah, he's not sweet. He just knows how you are with your tantrums when you don't get what you want. That's why he's giving you all this food, to shut you up, because he doesn't want to deal with your childish temper tantrums. Foodies, when he gives you food, it's not love. That's just a peace offering to make you be quiet.
No, I just want to cry. Like, I don't know. Like, when I think, I'm just so, like, I can't, my mind is just so, I don't know. I can't even talk. Like, I'm just so, like, messed up right now. I just can't even talk. How's my depression? Good and bad.
You see that? Do you see the shift? You just saw it happen, y'all. How's my depression? And then her expression changes and she starts looking down. That is emotional manipulation. This is her like, oh, I've got to shift my mask and put on a different mask because I'm about to manipulate my audience and make them feel sorry for me. Nobody feels sorry for you, Foodie. Nobody. You know how to emotionally manipulate people and make them concerned for you. And you do it on purpose. You play on other people's emotions, and it's so wrong.
Like, lo-fi, like, I really just, like, sometimes just lose it. You know? Sometimes I just have, like, a really hard time keeping it together. You know?
Here come the fake tears.
And I don't want to cry. Oh my god. Oh.
Girl, you weren't even crying, and you reached for that tissue. Knowing her, she's probably bunching up the tissue in her eye to make her eye irritated, just to try to squeeze out her tears. And look, you can even see her smiling beneath the tissue.
But I try my best and just try to keep, like,
Look, she's She's taking the tissue and jabbing it up into her eye versus just taking the tissue and wiping away tears that might be beneath the eye. Manipulation.
Trying so hard to be positive and trying not to be negative.
I'm going to call you out on this fake crying. Anybody out there, you've ever had a moment where you were just so devastated and so sad that you were just broken on the inside? You felt broken and those tears just come out. What happens? What happens? Your face gets red, doesn't it? Your nose gets red. Your eyes start getting puffy. I mean, there's a reason why they call it ugly crying for a reason. Because you show other signs besides those tears that you are upset. I don't see anything in this one. Your face ain't red. Your nose isn't red. You're not getting all stuffed up, and that's another thing that happens when you really cry. Like your nose starts swelling up inside, and you can't breathe. I don't hear that in her. Liar.
And just ignore everything. Dwelling on it makes it worse. You have to move past it. Yeah, I have to just I don't know.
And that's another thing. If you are really crying and upset, your throat and your nose get all messed up. How can you sit there and shove all that food in there?
Um, really try to ignore it and just
Yeah, we saw what you did. You were up early in the morning ignoring it. All those community posts, that was your way of ignoring. You might want to try better.
when I get home, do all the reporting I can. Yeah. The internet is like a stressful place.
Then get off it. Get off it. Take a break. Take care of yourself. You need to anyway. You have an unhealthy obsession, an addiction to the character you created, Foodie Beauty. That's your entire problem. The fact that you were once Chantal Marie and you were a troubled person being Chantal Marie, but ever since you got monetized on YouTube, you have poured all of your energy and focus into Foodie Beauty. That was you escaping from Chantal Marie. You created this over exaggerated caricature of yourself, this fantasy life, if you will, of being someone online that you've got friends, which, by the way, the VIBs are not your friends. You don't know them in real life. You're never going to hang out with them. But online, you feel powerful because you have a room full of people that you can talk to whenever you want. Foodie Beauty has friends. Foodie Beauty has money. Foodie Beauty gets attention. You poured everything into the character and nothing into the person. And you spend so much time online being Foodie Beauty, you've neglected the person, Chantal Marie, and anything connected to the person, including your home, your finances, and your pets. And whenever somebody brings up anything connected to Chantal Marie, you get irritated because you're running away from her. You're escaping from her. Foodie, take it from me, someone I've been on stage before many times. You can't be on stage all the doggone time. You have to get off. It's healthy to have a life off camera and off stage. It's not healthy to be in character all the time because by doing that, you are neglecting the person behind the character and everything connected to it, which is the case with your life. Stop pouring everything into Foodie Beauty. Stop it. Your channel's going down, your views are going down because you're struggling so hard to keep this character going, 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 going. You're an idiot.
But I have so much black hate in my heart for this person that
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, no. Lie right there. Lies. My lie detector went off. I have so much black hate in my heart for this person. Then why were you sending him pictures of Salah before you went to Kuwait? Why were you doing that? You hate him so much. He was so abusive. Why were you reaching out to him and sending him pictures of the guy that you were going to spend time with? Make it make sense. When you hate somebody, you want nothing to do with them. You don't reach out to them. You block them. You're a liar, and so is he.
You can call it a person. That it's exhausting. You know what I mean? It's okay to cry. It might make you feel better. I don't know about that. Actually, yeah, you're right. Like an emotional release, kind of. But
Yeah, and that might be part of the problem. You don't have any emotional release other than your anger. You don't really cry. You fake cry. So all that stuff that's inside of you that's not dealt with, it stays bottled up. You just won't let it out in a healthy way.
anyways, I don't think I'll be on long. I have to really try not to rage.
You mean while you're there, but the rage isn't coming, y'all. The milk is going to flow. When she gets back in her pasture and she's running those tall, high grasses and she smells the air of freedom that she hasn't had for 3 months, the milk is going to flow. We're going to get gallons and buckets of milk from this one. Oh, it's incoming. We're just waiting.
It's so odd to me that like people just look forward to that. Like that's what they like look forward to is like rages.
You know why? Do you know why? Because that's when you're not high. That's when you're not stuffing your face full of food. You're actually talking to the camera. You're not incoherent. That's why. It's sad. That's when you're the most interesting, is when you're angry, because you've not bothered to show us anything else that might be interesting long term. Also, something for you, Chantal. When you get mad, there is a 99.999% chance that you're going to get mad. You're going to say too much. Then you'll delete the live. And because you delete the live, the reaction channels will have the footage. And that's just more viable real estate for all of us. So that's me blowing you a raspberry. You make us more money when you get mad and you delete the live. So go ahead and do that. Get mad. Stay mad, Foodie. Stay mad. It's profitable for us when you stay mad.
It's so weird to me, you know? It's criminal. I don't know. I think it's just like, I don't even talk about them. Like comb over queen and green pea and evolution.
You never stop talking about them. Never.
I don't even talk about them like unless like something like this happens. And what bothers me is that like people know he's a known liar and woman abuser. Like how many times like
Okay, let me drag you for a minute. Let me just drag you across the floor, ma'am. You knew this about him before you even created a channel for him and urged your audience to go over and sub to him and give him support. You said, and I don't want to trigger anybody, so trigger warning. You said the second time you met him that he hurt you. So you knew what he was before you created a channel for him, started making videos for him, editing videos for him, making thumbnails for him, encouraging your audience, of which there is women in your audience, to go sub to him. So you knew what an abuser he was, and yet you were urging your audience to go and be part of his audience. knowing he was this way. Knowing he was this way. And you've never thrown strikes at him to get rid of him. Never. Even now, him showing voicemails. Where's the privacy complaint? Where's it at? You could throw one right now, not doing it. You put all this emotion, Chantal, it all goes back to you. It all goes back to you. You put him on YouTube because you were weaving your web of manipulation around Natter. You wanted to keep him close. You've always said, I want love. You know what I say to that? Bullshit. You don't want love. Love is healthy. Love is equal. Love is balanced. Love is about two people who are together because they want to be together and they have a connection and they enjoy each other's company. You don't want love. You want a man around you that you can control and manipulate. Someone who'll be at your beck and call and will be under your will. And so you come forward with your little manipulating lies and tell them, I'll help you. I'll create the channel. Here, don't work. I'll give you money. You're acting like a generous, nice person when in reality, you're just setting up a system to control that person, to put them under your thumb, like you did with Pete's. Remember Pete's? Pete's had a job. Pete's had money. You urged him to get off his job and join you on YouTube. And then once he became financially dependent on you, he was no longer a challenge. So you lost interest in doing anything with him. And then you found Natter, and Natter was the first person to tell you no. And that fascinated you. Someone actually telling you no and getting away with it. So you made it your business to try to control him any way you could, whether it was through holding back money from his channel or telling a bunch of lies and stuff on your YouTube channel and painting a picture of him, or going to the police station and doing it out of revenge. It's always been about control. You and Natter involved in this tug of war about who has control over who. Essentially playing a game of chicken between the two of you. And you involved all of us. You made it into a spectacle because you both wanted to make money off the spectacle rather than two people just doing things the way that adults do and handling things privately. No, you never wanted to be private. The two of you created this three-ring circus to make money. But you never loved him. He never loved you. You don't want love. You want a guy to need you because then if he needs you, he can't run away. He can't escape. That's how you keep people around you, controlling them and making it to where they can't escape you. And it's pathetic.
He's literally been caught in so many lies, and like people just want to support that. It's so gross. I don't know. I guess like even the worst of people have support. I really don't understand it.
Yeah, like you're talking about yourself there.
You know what I mean? I know you're a bit off of here, and you are sweet and kind regardless of what others make up about you. Thanks, Monica. I mean,
I want to point this out again. Y'all see in her chat, it ain't moving. Want to know why? Because there's not that many VIBs that were watching her. I love that for her. I so love that for her. And oh, ouch. Oh, I just saw this. Y'all see this? 4.4K views on one of her videos. That pathetic. Miss 93K channel. Look at you. 7 hours ago, you posted this. Not even 5K views. Ooh, that's pathetic. That's so pathetic. Because in YouTuber terms, y'all, listen, when you're on YouTube, you get paid a very small amount per 1,000 views. That's it. That the RPM, they call it the RPM. You're getting a very small amount per 1,000 views, and the amount varies from channel to channel. I don't know what they base it on, but 4K, not even 5K views for your video. Oh Lord, Foodie, you tried it. You tried to come on camera and cry and get the sympathy. Girl, you're in trouble.
I guess I generally don't really like care what the majority of people. It's just like stupid things I don't care, but like things like defending a, like someone like this just to spite me is just so weird to me. Like it's so odd. People are dirtbags, yeah. I know. I was in a good mood. But like why am I letting this ruin my mood? You know what I mean? We had a really good day so far. I guess I just like to like come online and talk about how I'm feeling, you know? I hate this like, hey girl Seb. I hate this like internet facade of like perfection that people have to hold up. Like why can't we just be human? Like I hate that people hold past against people. I hate that people bring up things all the time.
She hates the fact that she does things online and the reaction channels are right there to record everything, to clip everything, and she's being held accountable. Because Foodie has gone through life thus far with doing things and suffering very little in the way of consequence. Foodie hates mirrors of all kinds, not just the physical kinds where you see your immediate physical reflection, but the reaction channels function as another type of mirror. And there's lots of reaction channels, there's lots of clip channels. She's basically in a hall of mirrors that she cannot get away from. I mean, she could, but she doesn't want to because she's addicted to attention. So as long as you walk in that funhouse, Foodie, as long as you're surrounded by the hall of mirrors that notice all the details, that point out all the details, you can't escape from accountability online because we're going to be right there to record everything, to take note of everything. So anybody who wants to see how awful you are and how much you lie and manipulate, they'll be able to see it. And if they want to be on your channel and support you, they can. But if they don't, they can go elsewhere. They can form an opinion based on both sides.
From the past and try to cancel people over difference of opinion over stupid petty things. I hate that, you know? Did people forget these videos of him slapping Dee Dee around? Yeah, clearly, or they just don't care.
You know what? You can shut up right there. You can shut up right there. You did a live stream showing the Sam's Bar Lounge video, which inappropriate, Chantal. Inappropriate. Whether you've been a victim of DV or not, inappropriate. Those videos triggered a lot of people. I know I didn't like watching them. It made me feel a certain kind of way. But you were showing that video not out of concern for Dee Dee and what she'd been through, or maybe what she's still going through with Natter, because I don't know what's going on in that house. But you were showing it to be vengeful and wrathful, and that is just vile. Vile. To sit there and claim to be a victim of DV, yet you're going to show a video showing somebody in distress and use that to shame them, pointing that out to shame them, using it as a form of revenge. What kind of a dark soul do you have to do something like that? Let me tell you something. Somebody who's been through that would never think of doing something like that. But you're soulless. You got no soul. I'm convinced this one has no soul.
He didn't abuse you. He literally will sit there and go, I never hit you. You literally, like, oh my god. I can't. I can't go over that again. I can't keep going over that. What he's trying to do. What is this? Babe. There's something weird in my falafel. Is that Kush baby? Oh, eggplant. Um,
It's something weird in my sandwich. Oh, it's something healthy.
He's trying to prove I'm a liar by showing a voicemail of when all I said in the voicemail was, I have a story if the cops come to me.
Right. That points in the direction of, like you are being a manipulator, which you have said yourself, you are a manipulator. So where's the lie?
It doesn't mean that I was gonna lie or like I don't know what he's trying to prove. Like he's bringing up old things from April, like in an attempt to redeem himself. It's not gonna happen. You're never.
No, you know what? It doesn't matter if Natter shows a million texts or shows a million voicemails on Foodie. Nothing can redeem him in the eyes of people on YouTube. Nothing. He's still a scammy, scummy, nasty person and will always be. He will always be. And his court date is going to be happening in 2 days. So maybe all this stuff happening is just deflection from what's about to go down. Maybe it's just deflection so that everybody forgets about the court date. I know some people might want to be watching the court date virtually. Maybe that's deflection so everybody will forget. I don't know. I'm just throwing out theories here. Let's deflect away from what's about to go down in 2 days so that nobody remembers about the court date. I haven't forgot, and neither have other people. So if that was the plan, you failed.
Never going to be popular. You're never going to be chef because you literally, people laugh at you. People laugh at your cooking. You literally set Dee Dee's stove on fire. Like, what chef sets stoves on fire? Can you tell me?
But you were her throwing shade, just throws shade back at herself. Oh, look, the unawareness with this one. This was the guy you wanted to marry. This was the guy that you were praising him like, oh, he's a chef. He'll cook for me. Yet his cooking is trash. This is the one you wanted to marry. This was the one you wanted to claim you. This was the one that you set up with a cooking channel, Chantal, a cooking channel. You can't throw a shade at Natter without a bigger shadow being cast upon yourself.
I just wrote on your CT, didn't know you were live. Don't let it ruin your mood. He needs content. That voicemail was far from an effing. Yeah, I mean, all it proved was that you're like, at the time, like, I was feeling a certain way. And I was like trying to help him. And he, like, what an idiot.
Imagine that. Imagine that, y'all. Having somebody in your life that has committed essay and DV on you, and you want to come up with a story to help them. Imagine. Because I can't relate. This person has done so many awful things to you, Chantal, that you want to help them, really? And even after the incident that the voicemail refers to, you continue to see him in motel and hotel rooms and want to give him gift packages. I can't relate. I just can't. I don't understand. Nope. Somebody hurts me like that, I'm not helping you. Screw you. Go burn.
Anyway, Turd is reaching, and so will reaction channels. They have to reach. They have nothing else. Nothing. And then people flex. Oh, this person has more views than you.
You know what? The only thing we're reaching for, Chantal, is your channel to get the content to react to it so you can just stop right there. That's how we're reaching. We just right click over to your channel, pull up your video, and react to it. We don't have to reach very far for very much. You give us this stuff. We just react to it. It's you that has to reach for something to cover up your lies.
Yeah, my hate watchers like to go over there. Big deal. What flex is that? You have a community of hate. What kind of flex is that? Really?
And you have a channel of hate. So your argument is invalid. You have a channel of hate. You've said hateful, offensive things. You've offended so many different groups of people. You shameful creature. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Please. And then they come after Beezers when all we want is positivity. You guys never cheer on negativity. You always tell me, you always want the best for me. You always tell me, like, well, the remaining Beezers, there were some that were just wanting drama. But you always tell me, like, never stoop down to that level, keep going, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Hey, Nastune. I'm just in a mood.
No, I
Creators
didn't.
only think in absolutes, one dimensional thinking. Anyone support this belly dancer boy? El Labna, El Labwa, that turd considered as an abuser and criminal is just like him. Yeah, trash bag. They want you to come on and react. Try not to react. I know, Angela, you're right. He burned Dudu's kitchen, so she kicked his butt, and no more content anymore.
Well,
Yeah, like
you know what? All of these people that are supporting her right now, all of these VIBs, they're going to get very pissed off when it's revealed when she comes back to Canada and she's hanging out with that dude. All of you that are supporting Chantal right now, you're going to have egg on your face for believing her bullshit. You're going to feel stupid. Trust me, it's going to happen. It's happened before. She's come on camera saying, I'm not seeing him. I hate him so much, blah, blah, blah. But then later on, she tells on herself and she reveals that she's talking to him and she's spending time with him. Trust me, it's going to happen. She flew out of Montreal, which is where he's at, when she could have flown out of Ottawa, closer to her home. And she's flying back through Montreal, through the Montreal airport. Why would she do that? Make it make sense. She's doing it so she can be close to Natter when she comes home, so she can go hang out with him and talk to him and kind of keep it under wraps for a minute before she lets it out of the bag for more drama and more content. That's why.
what the heck? Create another fire. Like, no one will watch your cooking at all, period.
Yeah, I got a theory about that. The whole cooking channel, the cooking aspect, it's just a ruse. It's just a disguise. He's not passionate about cooking because if he were, he would cook better. It's been several months. You mean to tell me the guy can't go on YouTube and look up a recipe and follow the recipe exactly? He could. He could also have better lighting or show the ingredients clearly and say how much he's using and for what. He does cooking lives and doesn't even say what he's cooking. He used to do that. He doesn't do that anymore. Want to know why? Because that's not really a cooking channel. His cooking is terrible. He just wings it. He just makes stuff up as he goes. The purpose of that channel is just so he can be exposed to more women, so he can grift more women. That's the true purpose of the Nader El Shami channel. There's no passion for cooking there. He gets on live and he'll take 3 hours to spend cooking one dish, which is ridiculous. And he does it just so he can run up the meter and get his Google AdSense money. He learned that from Chantal. He also learned how to make titles that would get people interested, like promising some tea or something. He learned all that crap from Chantal.
It takes you like 3 hours to make something that looks like it could be served at a geriatric center.
And he learned that from you because you've done the same things in your lives. You'll sit there and you'll put on your makeup for about 45 minutes, sit there and eat for another 20 minutes, and talk about nothing. He learned that crap from you.
Oh my God. I don't know. Like, it's just, ew. Anyway, I'm just tired.
Then go to bed.
I love Pepsi. I know I said his cooking was good a few times. Honestly, when you're in something with someone, you have rose colored glasses. That's all I can say. I look at this face now and I'm like, how did I ever put myself through so much and demoralize myself and do things
Oh my God, did she really just say that? Did she did she really just go there? Oh, I demoralized myself. Girl, you were demoralizing yourself and degrading yourself before Natter. Before he entered the picture. What are you talking about?
against myself that
And you can't really demoralize yourself when you have no morals in the first place. You know, it just doesn't work. In order to demoralize yourself, you have to have morals. You don't.
I would not want to ever do. And I even heard Dudu say that. You made me do things I would never do. And here she is, like spending her life savings on this idiot.
And how much money did you spend on Natter? I would love to know the number. Like, how much money have you spent on Natter thus far? Between paying his rent every month, buying his clothes, buying all those groceries, paying for the internet, paying for the phone, buying all the various things for the house. How much money have you spent, Chantal? And let's not forget about the motel and hotel visits and taking him out to dinner. How much money have you spent on Natter? And you continue to spend on him because you did send him money before going to Kuwait. How much? How much exactly? I'm sure it's in the several thousand.
Is Dudu still paying his cigarettes? No, of course. I have the screenshots. That coward, live and learn. Yeah, P and B. Live and learn. That's why when people bring things up that I did when I was 15, even last year, I'm not the same person I was in April.
No, you're worse.
No. Yeah, I still rage over things. My anger is always, I don't know. But it doesn't mean that I haven't grown as a person or I would never be with someone like that ever again. The reason I have Salah, an amazing life partner, is because of like learning what I went through. I had never had experience with an abuser before that.
I'm sick of that too. Look, Natter is not a good person. He is scum of the earth. But I hate the fact that you're painting only half a picture on purpose. You're saying he was abusive, yet you yourself have said you are an abusive person. You have confessed to all of us that you are verbally abusive. And verbal abuse is just as damaging as physical abuse. Words hurt. Sometimes words hurt more than anything physical you can do to a person because it causes injury to your soul and your heart. And those are bruises, and that's damage that take a lot of time to heal. But you are abusive, Chantal. So who knows what went on with you and Natter? Who knows, maybe if you were physically abusive, you were extremely verbally abusive. You've been verbally abusive to your own audience. We've seen it. We have proof of it. You have emotionally manipulated your audience. You're doing it in this live stream. Whether your VIBs and your viewers notice this or not, they are involved in an abusive relationship with you because you'll sit there and you'll deal out the verbal abuse to them, the intimidation, the bullying, threatening to block people. Sometimes you have doxed your own members. You've embarrassed them in your community posts. You'll go through a cycle of that. And then when you think people are at their wits' end and they're ready to leave, to keep them from leaving, you will love bomb them and say, I care about you guys so much. And what do you think about this? That's textbook. Abusers do that. They will hurt you and they will hurt you and they will hurt you. And then when they get the feeling that you've taken all you can take, they will come back around and love bomb you and make you feel cared for and then start the hurt up again. And if you're somebody and you've been abused or you're being abused, if you don't put your foot down and say enough and walk away, the person who's abusive, they feel more bold to go further the next time because they got away with it the first time. They will just keep pushing the line back as far as they can. testing the limits and the boundaries of those that are the victims to see how much they can get away with. So he may be abusive, but so are you. And the worst part is your abuse of your audience, of your VIBs continues. And those that are on your side don't seem to understand that you're always testing their boundaries, that you're always going to be verbally abusive because you haven't corrected your behavior. You're not going to therapy. You're not going to anger management. You're not doing anything. You are the same person and you like to test boundaries. You like to get away with stuff. And the more they put up with it, the more that they're going to get.
I know you guys said he was a bad person. I couldn't see it. Or I did. But then I would just like your mind switches, like and convinces you. You know what I mean? He's a joke and Calba? Eben Lab. Baby, I know he makes you mad. My husband is proof of that. Yeah, we're working on a video. I'm trying to go through like I don't have really much footage of like the courthouse and stuff, but I have a little bit, I guess. Coral sip. Look at this comment. Okay, this is an example. In Die Alone, like
Yeah, that's a really severe comment. It's a really severe comment. Half of the comment is true. She's eating her fear and insecurity. She also, since she's an emotional eater, she eats her feelings rather than deal with them. I mean, I'm not wishing death on Chantal. But Chantal, if you keep up with your behavior, if you continue to be obsessed with this character, Foodie Beauty, and if you continue to be obsessed with spiting complete strangers on the internet, there's a chance that you may live the rest of your life alone. Like if you really want companionship, you've got to work on yourself, not the character Foodie Beauty. You've got to work on Chantal. You've got to pay attention to Chantal and everything around her life. You can't keep escaping from your problems by diving into your character and staying there for too long.
who number one, I'm married to a very handsome man, so you're projecting, you're probably gonna die alone. Like anyone with this attitude, I don't know how people would want to be around you. So I don't know. That these are the same people who will hate me for being vile, but they say the most vile things. Can you not read like Tammy? Can you not look up hypocrisy in the dictionary? Thanks.
Can I say something about the hate super chats? Just a word. Anybody who's sending her a super chat, trying to find something to say to Chantal to get her angry. If you're sending a hate super chat thinking that you're going to say something's going to change her or have that light bulb moment in her head, it's not going to work. All you're doing is putting money in her pocket, which you're free to do. It's your money. But I'm just saying, if you think anything that you're going to say something to Chantal that's going to wake her up, make her snap, she doesn't care. She wants your money and she'll gladly take your money and spend it. She doesn't care if she gets money for hate or happiness. At the end of the day, she still gets it and it all spends the same. So nothing that anybody is going to say to Chantal is going to change her. And think about the logic. You're saying, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. You're an awful person. Here's some money. You know? Think about it. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But here's some money. When I was a child, my parents taught me you don't reinforce bad behavior. That's the worst thing you can do, is to back up bad behavior, to give any kind of reinforcement to bad behavior. When you give Chantal money, you are reinforcing her bad behavior and you're giving her motivation to keep it going. Worst idea in the world. Just listen, I know Chantal makes people mad. I do. I get it. You get mad. You want to scream in her face, but you can't because she's online. So you can't physically be in her face to say what you want to say. But understand that she purposely kicks the hornet's nest because she's motivating people to get so angry that they're not thinking straight and to send her money in the form of hate super chats. Understand the manipulation with that and think clearly before you get so mad you can't think straight and you might want to send a super chat thinking it's going to do something because trust me, it won't.
Doodles. Ugh. We don't read blue. That's right, girl sip. I have to take a. Honestly, you should be my channel manager. No, I'm kidding. Be my hubby. He calmed me down a lot. Actually, I was really like ragey earlier.
So, okay, that makes sense. So you were ragey earlier, and now you've got this food, and this is how you calm yourself down. This is your coping mechanism, is food. Former binge eater over here, the worst thing you can do if you have a BED is to eat and binge while you're mad because you will go to town like nobody's business. You cannot use food to deal with your emotions. You can't use food as a coping mechanism. You can't use that as your go-to. You've got to find other ways to calm yourself down. You've got to develop other avenues of relaxing and calming yourself down. But food has always been her go-to for everything. So she got mad earlier, and Sala basically said, here, let me just get you some food so you can eat and calm yourself down. So again, she has not changed. She has not changed at all.
We were in the car and I was like, I seen a comment. I don't watch Turd Head, right?
Yes, you do.
Tammy, you need to disappear. um, but that's the girl world audience. They're vile like that, and they have the nerve to say that I'm vile. And
You are, though. Listen, don't you dare point a finger over here and say we're all hateful people. We're all awful people. Something recent that just happened. People came forward and said to Pete's, if you need help with BBJ, if you need money to take her to the vet or you get a mobile vet, we will help you. So you're calling us hateful people. But you know what? Even though people don't like you and they don't like Pete's, they offered the help anyway. Those are not the actions of people who are truly hateful. Because even if they don't like the two of you, for the sake of the animals, they will offer the help. And the person you rag on the most, French fry girl, she even offered to pay for a vet visit. And because you're such a spiteful bee, you said, no, we don't want your help. Okay, so you don't want it. What are you going to do? You're going to take her to the vet? No, you're not. People offered to pay for medical care, to have her looked at. And yet we're the hateful people. You're the one neglecting your pet, you bitch. You, when you don't have to. You, making 10,000 plus a month on YouTube, can't be bothered to take your pets to the vet. You. Yet complete strangers out there who work for their money are saying, we will help if you need help. So how hateful are we? How hateful are we? How hateful are those people that you're talking about if they're willing to do that? They can look past the dislike of you online and say, well, we will help. How hateful.
and any time I've been vile is in self-defense. They're trying to
No, you're vile anyway.
poke, exactly, childish, and they're probably like 60. I seen a comment in my notification that this douchebag was playing a voicemail or something. So that's why I'm like, I honestly feel like I'm still being like abused by this person.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to say it again. You don't like what he's doing? Throw a strike if you want to. That'll shut him up for at least a couple of weeks, right? Privacy complaint. He played your voicemail. You could do it. You're not. He could throw a strike at you, shut you up. That ain't happening. At that point, whatever argument you both have for each other about this person's harassing me, whatever, is invalid. It's a done deal.
Like, with what he's doing online, it's like emotionally affecting me, like bad. And you will pay. You will.
No, you will, because you'll come home and give him money, so you're going to be paying him.
Gross up. Angela, honey, you do not look 58. Number 2, you don't act like a child, okay, at your age. That's the only reason I age shame.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I think the reason why she age shames people is she's jealous. She might be jealous of some of the older people because they've lived longer. They probably have had healthier, happier lives than her. And she knows with the way she's going, the way she's eating, the way she's treating her body, she might not make it to old age because she's really pushing her body to the absolute limit. But it's her body, her life, her choice. But maybe that's the reason why she age shames those who are older. Because maybe they've lived longer and they've been happier than she's ever been.
Imagine being that age and just stunted mentally, like to the point where you don't treat people like. Anyway, never mind. He's harassing and gaslighting you online. It's abuse 100%. Like, leave me alone. Why are you even still obsessing? Like, why are you talking? Dude, check your man. Get him to shut his mouth. Like, I know you're mad that you lost your job and you blame me.
Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, let's not forget that when she was in Kuwait, there was that live that she went into of Natters, where she came in and said, Dee Dee, I can take your man anytime I want. I can come back and take him from you. So even though Natter is allegedly an abusive person that did SA and DV on her, even though he's done these horrible things, he's a horrible person, she was still trying to claim ownership over Natter. Again, I can't relate why anybody would want to acknowledge their abuser, nor still want to claim ownership over them to the point where they make a point to go into that person's life and rage. I'm sorry, I can't relate, Chantal. I can't. It's confusing to me. But you did that. You're with your new husband, supposed to be happy, yet trying to claim ownership over an abusive ex. Yeah, you did that too.
I don't care. I don't care an iota about you. I don't give a crap what happens to you, quite frankly, at all. But you need to get a life and make each other happy so that you have something else to talk about. Because if you think that you're going to do all of this and there's no consequence, you're insane. I will just tell you right now. But
she's not going to the cops. She says she's going to the cops. About what, Chantal? About what? You allegedly went to the cops. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You want to know why? Because I seriously doubt you talked to the cops. Because as I said, they're trained to talk to people like you and see right through them. They're trained for that. To watch your body language, to listen to your words, to ask you questions. You're not ready for that. You're not ready to be in front of somebody that's not a abuser that you can manipulate. A person who's trained to dealing with crooks and liars and thieves and all that. And they're going to question you and they're going to grill you like a steak and you're going to break under questioning. Hence why you'll never go to the cops.
But you are insane. I hope you being a prison boss was true because yeah.
Funny thing about that. So I remember when Chantal, during one of her earlier Cuba rages, before the really big one that people still talk about this day, something that kind of like stuck out to me. I remember that when in one of her Cuba rages, she was talking about Natter, and she said that her fantasy was for Natter to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. That was actually a fantasy of hers. Not only that, but in another live stream, she said she thought it was hot. She thought it was a hot idea to find a guy that had just gotten out of prison, been locked up for a while, and be there for him because he has all that pent up frustration. See, that's how twisted this one is. That she has these fantasies of putting somebody in jail or somebody going to jail and then being there for them when they get out. That's how messed up Chantal is.
You're so obsessed. Exactly. No, seriously. Like, leave it alone. You're never gonna have the audience you think you're gonna have. Like, you're people who are smart know you're an abuser.
And you're one too. Let's paint the whole picture. You're both abusive people. I know you like to keep the spotlight on him, saying he's an abuser, but so are you. That's the entire picture. You're both abusive people. And you're both alike in all the wrong ways. And maybe there's a kind of twisted, toxic understanding with each other, a kinship, if you will. But you're both abusive people. You just have different ways of doing it.
What is this? Yeah, no, Stu. No, it's true. Chantal's the most beautiful girl I ever met. I love her and her heart.
How much did she pay you to say that, Sala? You know what? You know what you're doing, Sala? Look, it's close to payday, son. Today's the 16th. We YouTubers, we get paid on the 21st or 22nd, depending on what day of the week it is. If it's not during a weekend, you're lining up your bag, aren't you? Come on, tell the truth. You're lining up that bag. You want to get one last paycheck out of her before she leaves. That's what you're doing.
I love you so much. So much. I can't even put into words.
Yeah, and he's going to love you on payday, but then after he gets his bag, who knows what's going to happen? Sala might be waiting to let everything out of the bag. He's going to get his bag and then he's going to let everything out of the bag. Now, that would be glorious. That would be glorious milk all day. If she goes home and when she goes home, he starts letting things out, giving us the tea. Sala, if that's the case, do it. Do it. You'll make money. I promise you'll make money. Tell us all the dirty details. We're ready. We are ready, sir. Because I got a feeling, Sala, that if you don't pick up the phone when Chantal calls you after she's gone, or she hears about you being with somebody else, trust me, she's going to go nuclear on you. So beat her to the punch bowl. Give us the dirty tea.
Honestly. What this man has done for me, like emotionally supportive wise. And people like a giant smoky hole FFG have the nerve to criticize, oh, you don't have a palace? Really? It's full of mad people. Lo-fi, I know. See, in real life, you can choose who to associate with. But online, you don't really have a choice. You know, people will follow you and you can't control that. It's annoying. Have people forgotten that Dudu was a Beezer and literally inserted herself into the story? Like, yeah, she loved it the most. Ew. You're married now. He has no business talking about you anymore. Period.
Oh yeah, let's bring that up. So she's supposed to be married now. That's the lie she keeps putting out there. She's married to Sala. Question, Chantal, question. How are you going to come home and live with Pete's? Wouldn't that be haram? That you're a married woman and you're living with a man? How are you going to do that? How are you going to dig yourself out of that hole?
I don't know how Didi puts up with it. Exactly, Angela. Like, if Sala, even to try and expose, like, the only time I'll talk about him, like, yeah, I talk way too much about him. Like, I have to give no attention.
But you don't.
But, like, imagine, like, having still all these pictures of all your exes and stuff like that. Like, that's disgusting. Like, what are you? Like, you just, like, I don't know. I could never. Never. Mm-mm. And PNV, yeah. Due to the cuckold must say something about her sissy boyfriend still talking about another girl in front of her.
Okay, not Sala. Listen, I'm not defending Natter. I hate Natter. He's an awful person. Hate Natter. But not Sala. Talking about Natter, calling him a cuckold. Sala, can we have a word, sir? Can we have a word? Just a few. Can we have a word about you throwing yourself in with Chantal? Can we have a word about that? That whatever deal you and Chantal have going on, you're basically catering to her. You're not in love with her. You're catering to her. That's what you're doing. And by the way, your wife or wannabe wife, she really shouldn't be using the word cuckold anyway. Not with the way that she did everything for Natter. She even shared Natter with Didi. She can't be using that word. It shouldn't come out of her mouth. Not with everything she's done for Natter and probably still continues to do for Natter. So imagine that. This one, Foodie, using the word cuckold when she literally paid the rent and the groceries and the bills and the phone and buying an iPad and all that for a guy that she's got to share with another woman. That word should never, never exit her lips. Ever.
It's so weird, babe. Are you okay, babe? You don't have to worry about me, baby. I know you're worried about me. You have to, like, hurry and come back to me. I miss you already. You want me to work on that video?
So, interesting thing to think about. Chantal, she's been promoting Sala's gaming channel. Has there been any gaming content on there? Has he done any gaming content? No, because Chantal has kept him focused on being part of her channel as a mod and also doing content for the couples channel, which she also controls. So isn't it strange that, she put up his gaming channel content, like his channel, but nothing has been done on it. Promoting a channel with no new content. Everything she's done has been to her benefit, not his. And I feel that's on purpose because she wants to keep him dependent on her. And probably telling him a bunch of lies about just depend on me. I will do this. I promise you that. But everything has been to her benefit. She's not encouraging him to do stuff on his channel where only he would benefit. Because once again, she is a selfish, selfish woman. And Sala, you have no idea, my friend. You have no idea what you threw yourself in for, what you're going to be in for. The moment you don't answer your phone or she finds out you're talking to other women, she's going to explode. And she will use her audience and her exposure on her channel to drag you. And whether or not what she says is true or untrue, it won't matter. She's still going to do it. You have no idea what a spiteful, evil beast she can be. And she'll make money with her hate. And she'll make money with her lies. You have no idea what you're in for, but you're going to find out.
They live in the same city. Girl said I wouldn't be surprised if they all hook up. I miss your halls. When are you going back to Canada? I'm going back to Canada in a couple weeks. And I'm hitting the vet, and then I'm hitting the police station with all of my evidence.
I doubt either visit's going to happen, especially the vet.
Wait. He's laughing now, like, ooh, hoo, hoo, what are you going to do to me? Don't worry, buddy. Has nothing to do with the voicemails either. Those can't hurt me. They can do nothing with those. That was also the time when he was legally not allowed to contact me. I had no legal obligation in that, but he did. So you're outing yourself as being a liar.
You both are.
Even more. Hi, Stan. It is 1 p.m. here. Wow, I'm so excited for Chantal and her new life. Sala, you are such a blessing to your wife. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go back to Canada and take care of some stuff.
Yeah, Chantal's under this impression that she's going to come home from Kuwait, stay only for a few weeks, take care of some things. She's got a bankruptcy case that she has to go to court for, and then within a few weeks go back to Kuwait. And from my understanding, if you come to Kuwait on a tourist visa, you have to wait a few months to go back. So I don't know where she's getting that she's going to go back to Kuwait in a few weeks. That just doesn't seem likely.
We're going to Pennington's bees and stuff like this, Sephora bees. And I have to take my cats to the vet, get those bees are sorted, and then I need to go to the police station. I know I shouldn't be announcing my next moves, but I can't help myself. You know me. Big mouth. Monica, he's going.
So BBJ was limping down the stairs, as you guys saw in the clip. And something is obviously wrong. She needs to be checked out now. And it's going to be 2 more weeks before Foodie gets back, when she needs her medical care right now. She needs to be checked out right now. And all that Chantal has to do is just send the money to Pete's through Cash App or PayPal or something. He has the money in hand. He can put it into his account if he doesn't have any, and they can get a mobile vet right away. But no, let's wait 2 weeks, right, Chantal? Because you're such a caring pet parent.
He's going to milk it for years for the views. Well, when I go to the police station, I'm going to ask them to have him stop harassing me online. Like, for sure. He's so demented. He's saying that I ruined his reputation by talking about him online. I can't even like, or this and that. When all I did was out his abuse, plain and simple. You deserve that. You need to be accountable for your actions, loser. Lock him up. He was quiet last year. Exactly.
Once again, Chantal, if you wanted to get at Natter on your phone, you can file a privacy complaint with YouTube and something could be done if you wanted to, but you don't because you're using him to continue the drama. You both need content, especially you. That's why this will never stop. So all of this hate is bullshit. It's bullshit. Because if it were real, you would take action behind your words. So I don't want to hear this nonsense of, I got to go to the police. You're not going to go to the police. And you're not going to go to YouTube. You're just going to let it happen because you need to make money. And Natter is one of the main part players to this drama. You're not going to cut off Natter because you're still using him for content.
And he likes to flex. Look at all the missed calls. Because he wasn't legally allowed to show proof that he was talking to me. So he would talk to me on voice, on the phone, or something that didn't have a trace like that. Actually, I can still probably prove he did.
And you, madam, you made 1 million socks on Facebook, different names, because you wanted to speak to him. Again, these are not the actions of somebody who's been abused. They've suffered abuse and they want to stay away from their abuser. Because when you've been abused, you are afraid of that which has abused you. You want to be as far away from it as possible, yet you kept running back. And you would tell people, oh no, I'm not talking to him. We're not communicating with him. I'm not seeing him. And yet you would go see him and you would get caught. You would get caught. Each and every time you would get caught.
I have messages too, buddy. I have messages of you asking me for money for cigarettes like a bum. And you want people to believe that a few months later you can afford to buy doo-doo a friggin' $6,000 necklace that she doesn't even wear. Show the payment of method payment and also the date on that receipt. Liar. Nobody even cares about you unless you're talking about me. And that's why you have to do it. Not to have a monthly period. I don't know, babe. He's gross. Holly, good morning to you, Chantal. Much love to you, lady. Oh, hi, Holly. How are you? I'm so like raging that I just like missed your hi. Hello. Okay, the last falafel. Salah hates him.
You know, speaking of the necklace, I still have the thought, the feeling that necklace was gotten, put on a credit card. They got that really expensive, ugly necklace. The feeling that I get is that they got the necklace, they made sure it was really expensive so they could turn around and sell it or pawn it and get the cash equivalent so they could go party. Because Dee Dee's been especially tweaky lately. Especially tweaky. It's interesting how she's wore the necklace for one night and then turned around and she hasn't worn it.
As you can see.
Where'd the necklace go? Like her first big time gift from Natter. Where's the necklace, Dee Dee? Where'd it go? Why haven't you worn it? It looks like you guys bought the necklace to do content, to talk about it, and then directly after that, it disappeared. Where's the necklace? If you didn't pawn it or sell it to get party favor money and food money, where did the necklace go?
He sees what it like does to me, what this loser does to me. So any husband would be like, you know, defensive, I guess, about that. But do you guys like falafels?
Okay, you know what, guys? You've only got 7 minutes left. This react is almost at 2.5 hours. That's plenty. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my react video. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe and Leave a comment if you wish. Always like to see your comments. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.